Hello everyone and welcome to At a Glance. This is your host, the Pixel Pirate, delivering previews from the latest and greatest games from the Gamersphere. Today we are looking at a game called Divinity Original Sin. Divinity Original Sin is a classic RPG and is developed by Larian Studios. So let's see what the game is all about. Okay, just before we get into some actual gameplay, let's have a look at the character creation screens here. You do start off the game with 2 characters, and you get to choose whatever classes you like, as well as customization, which we'll get into in a second. But first, the classes. So here we got Witch, Wizard, Battle Mage, Cleric, Enchanter, Fighter, Knight, Ranger, Rogue, Shadowbane, Wayfarer, and that is it. There is a whole bunch of classes, as you can see. So you get to choose your name, and then you can customize your character, I should say. You got off your starting skills and stuff like that, as well as what you look like. So essentially you can change what head you got, which just changes your face there, as well as your hair and your hair color. So there you go there. Let's, oh wow, that's an afro. Okay. That happened. All right, that'll do. And then we got underwear. Oh dear, that's ooh. Okay, let's have a look here at the abilities. So you get abilities for all sorts of stuff: weapons, defense, skills, personality, craftsmanship, and nasty deeds. So you can be like a thief or a rogue, and you can lockpick and pickpocket and sneak around and stuff like that. You got crafting as well in the game, so it's really important that at least one of your party has crafting. Now, as far as like the party goes, you start off with 2 people. You can have a maximum of 4 people in your party, and you need to make sure that your points or your abilities are sort of evenly distributed across the party. So for example, it's not a good idea to have 2 crafters in the party, because that's really wasting abilities. You have 1 crafter, and you might have 1 thief type style thing with the good person that can sneak, or a better barterer, but only 1 person of each, has each thing. And because first of all, you can't just go crazy with the attributes. You have very few attributes starting off, and also you need everything at the very beginning of the game. This game is not very hand-holding. It is very difficult, but once you get used to the combat and stuff like that, it starts to get a bit easier. Then you got talent. So for example, I can have a pet pal. It enables me to talk to animals if I'm a witch here. And then I've got, of course, my attributes, so strength, dexterity, intelligence, and all of that kind of loveliness. I can change all that as I like. And then finally, my starting skills. You start off with 3 skills for every character, and depending on what kind of character you are, this person is a witch, for example, I get to choose certain attributes. So for example, if I go man at arms, I can't actually choose any of those because I am a witch, so I'm not much of a fighter. I can choose, however, certain spells because I am a witch, as I said, just like those 3 as well, and finally that one. So basically you can choose all these around. Now you have to be careful with these as well, because if you choose the wrong starting skills or skills that aren't really applicable to your character, then you can really end up having a very bad time in the game. Alright, so there's our 2 characters. We're actually going to go a wizard and a... let's see here... a ranger. All right. So we'll get into the game and I'll show you some gameplay. Okay, so here we are inside the game. As you can see, it looks very, very nice indeed. We've got our 2 characters here, as you can see up the top left corner here. Now, you can actually dislodge people and make them so that they're not linked. Now, the reason that you might want to do that is because you might want to control 1 character at a time. You're navigating some traps or something like that, and you certainly don't want your party to be following you into traps. You could do it that way, or you can link, and of course, both party members or all 4 party members do move just behind each other. You can choose like the method in which they actually move by selecting one of these. I've got them in a line here just to make sure that wherever I go, my follower goes. Okay, so as you can see, very nice indeed with the graphics, but one of the things that's very interesting about this game is you can interact with your environment. So, for example, we're going to use our archer here, and we're going to actually attack this this here barrel. All right, let's use our... oh, did I... no, it doesn't seem so. Actually, we'll use our mage to do it. May well be a little bit better. Let's try that. See if it does anything. Okay, it is. All right, that is good. So you'll just see when I hit this water barrel, all this fire and stuff is going to go out. There we go. So now I am able to navigate where I want to because I've done that. So you can do that, you know, with all sorts of stuff. For example, I have a spell that allows me to put down an oil slick that I can then set fire to when enemies are around. I believe this is actually a oil slick there. Let's see here. All right. Here is another, just another example of a navigatable, I guess, environmental aspect to the game. All right, so I've just exploded that gas cloud with some fire, and we have a chest for it. Okay, so as you can see, you get loot just as any kind of, I guess, CRPG. All right, so what I'll do is I'll try and find some combat, and we'll show you a little bit of combat here. Okay, so here we are into some combat here. Now, you basically, the whole combat is turn-based, and you go by action points, as you can see down the bottom here. I've used a couple of action points already, and we will actually try and set fire to this and see if that actually goes on fire. It does! Okay, hopefully that'll do a little bit of damage to them. It does indeed. He is actually on fire now. Okay, so those guys have moved up. I can move, as you can see. It takes X amount of action points to do so. If I move within range of the fellows here, they can actually take an attack of opportunity if I try and move past them, I should say. So we're not going to actually do that at all. We're going to do a bit of ricochet action here and kill these burning mummies. All right. So, what else can I do here? Let's look at the, yeah, I could put a bit of midnight oil here. All right, he did not like that at all, and the fire is spread, in fact, from over here to there because I put that oil down, so that's pretty cool. Now, even though I've got 3 action points left, as you can see, I can choose to move if I want to. I'm actually going to move backwards, or alternatively, I can save them, which I will actually do with this final one. So we'll end the combat turn here. And he is actually quite dead. Now, unfortunately, with the environment, you do have to deal with the fallout here. So we, you know, there's a lot of fire here. For example, I need to be careful of that. It doesn't just go away when combat finishes. So you need to be aware of that when you are fighting people. So yeah, that is about the long and short of Divinity Original Sin. A very in-depth game, especially with the combat, and I'm very much liking the turn-based elements of it. So if you have any comments about the game, or you would like to share your experiences with the game, then feel free to leave a comment below. And if you'd like to know more about the game, head on over to the Gamepedia wiki, linked in the description below. This has been your host, the Pixel Pirate. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.